Hello heroes, welcome back to another video. My name is Candice Latham, and this channel is all about helping you defy the odds, build wealth, and think differently. Quick announcements before I jump into the video. If you're not already signed up to my email list, make sure you do so by grabbing your free net worth tracker in the description box below. And also, if you haven't already picked up a copy of the Hero in Your Finances 12-month workbook and growth planner, you should do so. This is going to keep you organized with your finances and just also help you just stay motivated on your money journey. So me and my boyfriend actually just had our monthly financial meeting yesterday. And there's some questions we ask, if you're in a relationship, there's some questions that I have in the book, just to make sure you guys are on track to reaching your money goals together, as well as, it's just great to track your net worth every month just to see where you stand with your money. Now, I was watching a Watch Jazzy video last week, and this video was just really about telling women to just leave the men who have, whack mindsets alone and instead be with a man who has ambition, who has a positive mindset, who has a growth mindset, who can push you and motivate you and all these great things. And a woman in the comments was like, you know what, actually, ladies, what you need to do is that's the problem. That's the problem. You messing with all these men. What you need to do is just focus on yourself, focus on your money, secure the bag, and leave these men alone. And then Jazzy responded back. She's like, why can't you do both? Right? Why can't I secure the bag and have a great man? So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, right? Why can't we do both? Especially as a Black woman, I feel like this rhetoric is pushed upon us that, that we should just focus on securing the bag, get your degrees and, just focus on your career, right? And then by the time you look up, if you do want a family, it's important that I know we don't want to think that time is infinite and we shouldn't worry about the time. But time is important because as a woman, we do only have a certain window, because after a certain window, it does get a lot harder for us. But I think that we're putting all this energy into just our careers. And then sometimes we're some of us are forgetting about, that family aspect. If we do want a family, this is important. If you don't want a family, then hey, girl, just do what you got to do. But I just think that for women who want to eventually have a family, I think it's important for us to be mindful that, we have to, the same way that we're kind of going after our career, making that a priority, we also have to be able to make our family a priority too, if that is what we want. And I was listening to a podcast, the Sakita Method podcast, which is a great podcast, by the way. I'll leave that in the description box below as well. And she was interviewing Nicole Kane, who is, she used to be a celebrity gossip blogger, and she, stopped being a celebrity blogger, and then she started a new brand. But she was just talking about how, she had put a whole bunch of focus into her career. And then suddenly she looks up and now she's like in her late 30s and she's like, where is my family? Right? Where is this family that I wanted? And on the podcast episode, she talked about how she has, employees working for her. And sometimes she feels like she's in this alone because her employees have families. And they can't work all the time. They can't work on the weekends. They can't do certain things because they have family obligations. And sometimes that makes her sad because she's like, well, where is my family? Where is her husband? Where is her children? So I just think that if that's what we want, it's important for us to make that a priority. It's important because there's power in two people building wealth. Oh, my mom was an amazing mom. She worked hard for us. But I did see her work and, have to juggle multiple jobs and have to ask family members to help out. And the sacrifices that she had to make as a single parent. For me, myself, I want to have a partner, right? I want to have a life partner. I want to get married. I want to have children, and I don't want to do it on my own. But I do feel like that rhetoric of just be strong, be independent, you could do it on yourself, has been pushed on us since we were younger. And I think that when we're in high school, that was cool. We should just be focused. But then as we start getting into college, I think there's some women that go into college with a mission, right? They're going into college like, the mission of this college is, yes, get a degree, but also find a potential husband. Because, while you're in your younger years, those are the important years when you're in your 20s. And I think that sometimes we forget about that. And we're just leisurely carrying out throughout our 20s, and then suddenly we're in our 30s and then the 30s is moving fast and you're like, wait a minute. So I just think it's important for us to be intentional, with our time and with our focus. And that it's okay to want a partner. It's okay to want a man. It's okay to want those things. I don't think that that should be seen as a bad thing. And I just kind of want to read some stats about wealth and, you know, the power of being married. So the first stat I wanted to read to you is just that I found in an article, just talks about the black and white differences in the marriages in the US. So in 2006, 67% of white women between the ages of 25 and 54 were married, right? While only 34% of black women were married. So 67% of white women, while 34% of black women were married. And another important stat is to know that 86% of millionaires are married. That's right. 86% of millionaires are married because there's power in two people coming together. Another stat I wanted to share with you says couples who get married and stay married can have as much as 4 times the wealth of their single or divorced peers. You know, experts say that that's not only because they can combine their salaries and share expenses once they get married, but it's also because they can take advantage of economics of scale, right? And this can be anything from just buying a dishwasher or relying on one another's health insurance. This allows them to build more wealth quickly than their peers who are single, divorced, or just living together romantically. Being married gives you further advantages. When there's two, it's just more powerful. And I think that if we do want to be intentional about building wealth, we have to come together. And let me see if I have some more stats that I wanted to share with you guys. Yep, evidence shows that getting married increases wealth and income. And this is from consumerismcommentary.com. So I'll also leave that article in the description box below as well. And for me, that's something that I had to work on myself. You know, I had to, when I was entering into this relationship, I had to let go of just being the strong, independent, single, you know, black woman. And I had to be like, you know what? There's power in being with someone. There's power in building my life together with somebody. And yeah, I do need help. I don't want to do this on my own. Right. And I think that, so that's one mindset I had to get rid of, just that strong, independent black woman. We also had to just understand where both of us were coming from a value standpoint, understanding what do we both want in life? Do our values and beliefs align up? And we created like a roadmap of how we wanted our life to go within the next 5 years. I think it's important to have this roadmap just so that you guys make sure that you're on the same page and just able to know where you're trying to go together. I also think that, you know, being attracted to each other is important. And not only just being attracted to each other, but sometimes I see a lot of these different memes that's just like, you know what, if he's trying to change you, then you need to be in a better relationship, or, you know, he just needs to accept you the way you are. But sometimes the way that we are needs adjustment. Okay. And we have to be open to growth. We have to be open to changing, especially if that's going to make us better people. And that means, you know, making sure you're bettering yourself, you know, mentally, making sure you're staying in shape and being fit physically. I think it's important to just want to grow and be a better person for yourself. But as you're a better person, you're also going to, you know, be a better person for your partner. And it's important to not just, when you're in a relationship, it's not just about you. You have to make sure that you're keeping your partner in mind as well. And something else we have to do, like I mentioned, we have a monthly finance meeting and relationship meeting check-in, just making sure like, okay, what is our net worth? You know, what is something that we need to work on this month? You know, how are we doing in our relationship? What's something that's working? What's not working? What are our wins? What are our areas for opportunities and growth? And these monthly check-in meetings have been extremely helpful for us as a couple. So if you're in a relationship, I think that you should implement these monthly meetings as well. Being more cooperative and supportive, I think that's important too, because again, it's not just me here. We have to cooperate and be on the same page because we're a team, right? And so I think that those are just a few things that I had to adjust, going from being a single woman, you know, doing everything on my own, to being in a relationship and having this partner and, you know, being on the path to building this life and carving out our lives together. So that's just something I wanted to talk about, just the power of building wealth and having two people coming together, because I just want us to win, you know, and I just want us to win. I want us to be able to carve out the lives we really truly want. And I don't want us to be struggling. I don't want it to be hard for us, because I did grow up in a single parent household and I did see what it was like. And that's not something that I want for myself. Although seeing my mom, accomplish it. I know that if I had to do it, I could, but that's just not something that I would want to do. But if I had to do it, then I know that it is possible and it can be done. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Let me know your comments in the description box below. Do you believe that you can secure the bag and have, you know, a great man by your side? Let me know yes or no. Thank you guys again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'm Candice Latham, and I will talk to you in next week's video. Bye, guys.